Good morning and welcome everyone to our AABN's 97th weekly webinar. AABN webinars were created in response to COVID-19 related lockdowns. Conducted from June 2020 to present, the webinars are the result of a partnership between AABN Entrepreneur Network, Alma Mater, and the industry institutions. AABN webinars provided entrepreneurs access to real-life examples of possible career paths and the opportunity to have fun interacting with others outside their home in a safe way. These webinar series are designed to help aspiring entrepreneurs visualize the possibilities, identify resources to support their vision, and understand the logistics of starting a business. This Sunday too, you would be delighted to know that we have an eminent guest speaker, Mr. N.G. Muralidharan, and he will share his thoughts on deep insights, innovation in building construction. The world is changing faster than ever before. Consider just one of the global mega trends shaking up the construction industry. The population of the world's urban areas is increasing by the day. All of them need affordable houses, transportation, etc. In the face of such challenges, the industry is almost under a moral obligation to transform. While most other industries have undergone tremendous changes over the last few decades and have reaped the benefits of process and product innovations, the construction sector has been hesitant about fully embracing the latest technological opportunities, and its labor productivity has stagnated accordingly. This unimpressive track record can be attributed to various internal and external challenges. The industry has vast potential, however, for improving productivity and efficiency thanks to innovative technologies and new construction techniques. Consider the most rapid emergence of augmented reality, building information modeling, autonomous equipment, and advanced building materials. All of them have now reached market maturity. Our eminent guest speaker, Mr. N.G. Muralidharan, will begin with an assessment of the industry's present state and the global trends that will impact on the industry. He will then introduce conceptual industry transformation framework. Given the sheer size of the construction industry, even a small improvement would provide substantial benefits for society. To capture such potential, our guest speaker, Mr. N.G. Muralidharan, will present an industry transformation framework supported by examples of innovative approaches. I have the pleasant duty of welcoming and introducing him today at Deep Insights, Innovation in Building Construction, an interactive business networking session. Muralidharan Nanda Govindarajulu has 37 years of professional experience from junior engineer to CEO. Had his school and college education at Salem, graduated in civil engineering from Madras University. He is a qualified safety professional certified by Bosch UK. Muralidharan started his career as a junior engineer with an architect firm and has spent a couple of years there. Then he stepped into the industry by gaining valuable experience at Dalmia Magnesite Corporation, then NEPC Macon, setting up wind farm projects in the country for 2 years before joining Hindustan Motor CK Birla Group, managing brownfield expansion project for about 5 years. Had a stint at Ramco Cements, responsible for setting up and operating ready mix and dry mix plant for 4 years before joining Chettinad Builders, heading the division established ready mix plants in South India. After gaining experience in construction and concrete business, joined world's #1 building material company, Lafarge India Limited, as senior management responsible for the country, heading the safety, operations, performance, maintenance, instrumentation, projects, and technical and executive committee of the business, executed several landmark projects, developed innovative products like bag concrete for India construction industry, commissioned more than 50 plus RMC plants across the country in a challenging environment. Joined as CEO for Acetech Group and set up modern technology C&D recycling plant for Greater Chennai Corporation to handle construction debris and garden waste as proposed by IIT Madras. In 2021, became industrial consultant for ready-mix concrete business, an entrepreneur in promoting structural waterproofing for lifetime, manufactured by Retreat Pacific Private Limited, Australia. Industrial mentor and academic board member for Tyagarajan Polytechnic College, Salem. He was executive committee member of Indian Concrete Institute, Chennai for the past 3 years. Honored by SRM University for his contributions on safety and construction. Currently taken charge as chairman of Indian Concrete Institute, Chennai. In 2022, associated as a consultant with the leading cement company in India for their RMC plant process optimization. Appointed as director of MIPL for handling import export of minerals, procurement and logistics, partnering with former MD of Lafarge, former CEO of Lafarge Wholesale. There is so much more to Mr. Muralidharan's achievements and journey. I'm not sure if it can be summarized in the limited time in this session. So without delay, I would like to open the floor to Mr. Muralidharan, whose hard-hitting experience are bound to inspire and guide you. This is the story of a dream that turned into reality only because of his passion and his grit. It's a story of trump of hope and hard work, ideas and innovation. Once again, a very warm welcome to you, sir. We are truly privileged to have you deliver the speech today. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Muralidharan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gopi. First of all, I would like to appreciate Haripriya initiative for connecting me with the AABN. She was in a program met about a few weeks back, and instantly she decided to organize a program for AABN. Thank you, Haripriya, for that. And thanks, Mr. Gopi, for a brief introduction. And I'm going to share my knowledge and experience gathered in the industry for more than 3 decades. And can you allow me to make my presentation, Mr. Gopi?
Sure, sir. Please go on, sir.
Can you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can go ahead.
Thank you. So, first of all, under innovation, I will go through on material side. On material side, if you see in the construction industry, cement is being replaced by fly ash, about 30%, and followed by GGBS, ground granulated blast furnace slag. It is becoming popular. And
sir, sorry to interrupt. One small request. Can you make it full slide, sir? Full slide.
Is it better now?
Yes, sir. Now it is good. Full slide. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So GGBS is a ground granulated blast furnace slag. So as per the codal provision, even more than 50% we can replace. It has all the chemical properties and physical properties of cement, and that can replace cement. And we'll talk about that a little more in coming slide. Ultra fine GGBS is further finer material of GGBS. GGBS normally around 4,000 blinds, whereas ultra fine GGBS even up to 9,000, 10,000 blinds they are doing it. That is getting mixed with the concrete for high grade concrete, where at times you are replacing with microsilica. You can use ultra fine GGBS. River sand is getting replaced by M sand, and recently the steel slag also being used in the concrete industry, and it is replacing for fine aggregate. Interestingly, the fine aggregate, after the fine aggregate, this coarse aggregate is replaced by the recycled aggregate. I will talk little more about that in the coming slide. about recycled aggregate. And latest development is many people may or may not aware the artificial aggregate. I am going to throw some light on that, which is very interesting and informative for the civil engineering industry. Of course, brick replaced by the hollow blocks and solid blocks, fly ash brick. And this latest is lightweight blocks. It has several properties through which the dead load of construction is minimized and cement consumption also being minimized. Natural resources are being saved. You may think what is happening on the reinforcement steel. You know, the reinforcement steel getting replaced by glass fiber reinforcement. Glass fiber reinforcement has got higher tensile strength than the reinforcement steel, and these glass fiber reinforcement, they have similar shape of a reinforcement. Even you can take rib steel even less than 6 mm also in this glass fiber. Other countries they are already using. Only the challenge on the glass fiber reinforcement will be the fire resistant. Okay. There are many structures where fire resistance is not going to be a criteria. For example, flooring, etc. So I'm also talking about some of the new products which can address the structural cracks. When I say structural cracks, cracks developed in the concrete. I'm going to share some product under the details which can be useful for the engineers. Coming to ultra-fine GGBS. Ultra-fine GGBS is being sourced from Vizag. And you know, from Vizag, many shipments are being dispatched month on month to other countries. Still, we are not effectively using those GGBS or ultra-fine GGBS for our construction. There is a lack of understanding by our own engineers and designers, and we need to introduce. I'm not saying that we are not using it. Awareness level is still less. Similarly, ultra-fine GGBS produced from Goa. It is also going to several countries, especially the Middle East in particular. They are extensively using this ultra-fine GGBS and the GGBS. We have huge resource of GGBS from Gujarat. SR Gujarat has got a more than 33-kilometer radius. I have visited their yard, wherein that slag is being replaced for GGBS and also ultra-fine GGBS. I'm sure more than lakhs of tons being shipped to many other neighboring countries from India. It is happening every month. And this ultra-fine GGBS is replacing microsilicon, which is expensive. And to reduce the cement content, so this kind of ultra-fine GGBS is very useful. So our ultimate theme of this today's thing is what can be done on an innovative construction. So if you see in South, most of the concrete grade that we produce are M25 grade of concrete. On the other hand, in Western region, like Mumbai, etc., where the best seller is M35 grade of concrete. Highlighting this here is our designers can think of concrete wherein all this cement and cementitious material can be economically designed and used in the construction, through which we can save the environment, and you will get better floor space also as you go for high grade of concrete. For your information, I have already executed for world #1 residential project in Mumbai, wherein we have used M95 grade of concrete. So we have used about 7-8 years back. What I'm trying to say here is we need to make use of our cement and cementitious material effectively, and the present set of batching plant that we have is capable of manufacturing these kind of high grade concrete that can save the environment and also save the floor space and save the cement being important material. Coming to steel slag. So JSW is producing this steel slag, and they are using for replacement of aggregate, and it hardly has any clay content. And by using that, there are studies, there are reports available where it can enhance the strength and reduce the cement content in the concrete. Coming to recycled aggregate. So when I say recycled aggregate, I am going to talk about construction demolition waste, how it is being processed and utilized back in the construction. Please note that already our codal provision permits to use the recycled aggregate, the concrete. Way before, around 2015, IIT Madras has taken this initiative for the study on construction demolition waste generated in the city like Chennai. So for that, they have done the study and submitted to Greater Chennai Corporation and did this project. If you see at international level, this recycling of material is being done using mobile process plant. And I'm going to show a small video wherein I was involved along with the IIT Madras and Swingstater and Chennai Metro Corporation, wherein the big challenge for the Chennai Metro is lot of pile structures are being constructed across the city. If you see the free end of the pile, the top portion of the pile, later after casting the pile, they demolish before casting the pile cap. So that portion of concrete invariably M35, M40 grade of concrete, mostly. So these are all very useful material. If we are throwing away, it is going to unnecessarily stay with the landfill. There is a process available through which this material can be recycled and reused back in the construction. For that, Swingstater and IIT Madras jointly collaborated how to use this material effectively back into the construction. When I say back into the construction, like curb wall, PCC, you know, the non-structural elements, all those things can be done. Let me run through this video. Anybody confirm that this audio is we can able to get the audio?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So this kind of mobile process plant is suitable for major construction sites wherein if you have got a old structure to be demolished, which is very useful for reusing the material back into construction. If you would have noticed that video, you might have seen that the broken pile cap. Am I audible?
Audible, sir. Audible, sir, please.
Am I audible?
Sir, audible, sir, please.
Okay.
Audible, sir,
So,
please.
okay. So this material, whatever removed from the pile cap, this you feed it into this machine, and you adjust the screen such a way. If you wish to get 40 mm material, if you wish to get 20 mm and 12 mm material, accordingly you can produce it. Through which this good quality material can be recycled and used back in the construction. So you all agree these materials are expensive when you procure from the natural resources. Okay, this is a mobile process plant. Already detailed study is happening, and you may ask about how the this dry process sticky with the aggregates, how it behaves. That study is being done in IIT Madras. That is why to start with, codal provision is approving to use 25% of this material to start with. By doing the thorough mix design and trials, you can go for higher percentage subject to approval by the structural consultants and the architects. This is one way of using the C&D waste back into construction through mobile process plant in a dry manner. So this has been done by IIT Madras and Greater Chennai Corporation as a pilot project, and other major corporation and smart cities like Salem, Coimbatore, Madurai, etc. Government is funding those small towns also for having similar setup and do these things. So apart from that, after doing this project by IIT Madras, Greater Chennai Corporation has floated tender for establishing a permanent plant and kind of processing small buildings getting demolished in the city capital. So if you see the kind of C&D waste generated in city like Chennai in a day, you will be surprised to know more than 1,000 metric tons of C&D waste is generated every day. It is a huge. How it is being handled. So we start communication who has taken the contract for processing this C&D process plant at Chennai for Greater Chennai Corporation, established this plant, what you are seeing right now. This is the plant which is right now operating in Perungudi, which is taking care of the southern part of the city. And I'm going to talk about its flow chart in a following slide. Before that, I want to show you what exactly it is. And the second plant is located in Kodungayur to handle the C&D waste generated in North Chennai region. So how it is being done? It has got two sections. One is the dry section, another is a wet section. For example, if they are getting this waste mostly from concrete waste, so they can use the kind of a dry section where it has got a primary crusher, secondary crusher. Thereafter, it goes to the multi-desk screen where it is crushed and you get 20 mm, 12 mm finer aggregates. And if you get an oversized material during the crushing operation, it pass through the VSI and again it get processed back to the multi-desk screen. So that is how this is being produced. On the other hand, it has got mixed with the soil and other materials. What happens from the multi-day screen? It goes to the thickener, okay, where it is getting processed and water washed and getting removed that finer material, and you get the other fractions. In this whole process, you can see a kind of a log washery. What log washery does, during the construction demolition uh, from the small houses or other buildings, you will have unwanted other materials like wood, small piece of steel, tubes, whatnot, even some bolts, nuts, some plastics, bulbs, chokes, etc. All these things get removed, and they've got an online screen where they can remove the steel material also, through which it is being done. In the wet section, the complete process is done and the fine material is getting washed, and these aggregates, what is produced as an end product, do not have any sticky material, and this can be used back in the construction. And this is the schematic diagram how the material is being recycled. So whatever the bricks and other powder material crushed and approved from this plant, you can plan for reusing for your landfill purpose also. And it's a state-of-art technology. It has 1,000 tons per day plant, both plants put together. It is a versatile design, as I told you, dry section and the wet section. It has a 2-stage crushing and also VSI crusher. And multi-stage washing is taking place, and though fresh water is being used, and during the process, it is also reused through recycling process. The water is back into process itself. And it has a flexibility to make aggregates and sand of different sizes. It's a PLC based operation, and close monitoring is taking place on the process. And if you see the kind of products being produced from these plants, fine sand, coarse sand, aggregates, whatever the demand that industry needs, 6 mm, 12 mm and 20 mm. And all the bricks that is being crushed, you get as a soil that is finer in nature, which can be used based on the need of filling it back into the construction. Coming to the test parameters, if you see the parameters for fine aggregate and coarse aggregate, the specific gravity, silt content, fineness modulus and water absorption, all within the permissible limits. So even the chloride content is also under control, since it is completely processed through the water process plant. So this is all about recycle aggregate using through CNT process, both using a mobile plant and a stationary plant. There are countries where 95% of this construction demolished waste is completely used back into the construction. There are government rules also that recycled material has to be used. And government has taken initiative, and Chennai Corporation has done this project as a pilot basis in Chennai. And it is going to be popular in coming years across the country in a big way. Already government has initiated in the smart cities in the rest of the district headquarters in Tamil Nadu. Coming to artificial aggregate, you must be wondering what is this artificial aggregate, what it means. It is production of aggregate using the fly ash. Okay, so fly ash along with bit of cement material with some admixtures getting mixed together with a specific proportion with the proper process control and mix design. Artificial aggregate, already the R&D part has been completed. Okay, and NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, is funding for this project, and a pilot project is going to be set up in Vizag, and it is being done through INSURAP Dr. Bhanumadhidas and Kalidas, who are pioneer in fly ash technology. They are the technology providers, and they are going to set up a plant very shortly in Vizag. And NTPC has a plan to set up these kind of aggregates, artificial aggregates in near future. You may ask, how is the behavior? Already lab trial has been completed. Small construction has been done, tested, upon which NTPC has funding 5 crore for setting up this plant. And you may also wonder what is the codal provision on this. Creating a codal provision for using the artificial aggregate. The committee has already started initiative. The work is going on and it is going to happen. And you need to aware that some of the countries like Bangladesh, they do not have any aggregate source for their country. Mostly they are depending on country like India. Tons and tons of material being exported from India to Bangladesh through shipments. It is happening every month. Most of them is going from Tuticorin and Vizag, which is close by. So in due course, if this continues, we may lose the resource of hills and the aggregate resource that we are having in our country, in our state. So we have plenty of fly ash available in NTPC yards, where in the thermal power plants. So that is why this R&D work has been initiated by a team of people from Vizag, and this is also happening. And you may come across this kind of aggregates in near future in India very soon. This is about artificial aggregates. Coming to glass fiber reinforcement, I've been talking about glass fiber reinforcement. So glass fiber reinforcement are having a similar color of a reinforcement. What you see in the picture is a glass fiber reinforcement bars, and it comes in a kind of a rolls. You can get easily any length, you can fabricate it, and it can be easily tied. The biggest advantage of this fiber reinforcement is that you will not find kind of rusting, unlike in reinforcement, especially in the coastal area. I know corrosion is a big challenge for civil engineers handling such kind of projects and taking care of protection of steel through powder coating and other methodology that we use it. By using this kind of fiber reinforcement, this can resolve. Already the pilot project is in progress. I will let you know once the production is ready. It is going to happen in coming years for Tamil Nadu also. Unlike steel industry, it doesn't need a big amount of space. If you are having about an acre of land, you can get these kind of raw material from Russia and get these things processed, and you can get these reinforcement made to any size, starting from 4 millimeter to 25 millimeter. You can make it. Only thing is you need to make the die for that. And if you see the performance of these reinforcements, when it is compared with steel reinforcement, you can see the picture of failure. Steel reinforcement versus glass fiber reinforcement. You can see the on your screen how the glass fiber reinforcement and steel reinforcement has behaved. So we wanted to show you about this, and more studies there in the country, and it is too early to come to India. So already initiatives are being taken to see that these material can be used in our construction in the country. Coming to structural cracks, I know the structural cracks in concrete is the biggest challenge for architects and consulting engineers. I know there are ready mix plants available across country in a big way. I still remember way before in 2000, we were hardly having few ready mix plant in the country. And even swing shutter also producing about 5-6 ready mix plant in a whole year. I'm talking way before in 2000. You know, nowadays they produce more than 5-6 plants in a day. That is a kind of growth happened in the ready mix industry. So that is why if you see the construction industry is also moving forward in a fast track basis. If you are not handling those concrete post construction, and there are chances you may get cracks. At times there are problem. In case of problem with the design, you may get some structural cracks also. How to deal with those structural cracks which may cause leakage and also corrosion of reinforcement. So for that, to seal these structural cracks, to have a environment friendly material, single pack system. When I say single pack system, not to mix with couple of material to produce this kind of waterproofing material, and to have a long-term warranty. Also to save historical building where over a period of time structural cracks has happened. There is a product called Radcon, which is a colorless compound, easy to apply. It is already popular in 75 countries for 35 years. This takes care of the structural cracks even up to 2 millimeters. This is to be applied on the positive side, not on the negative side. When I say positive side, over the ground level, any structural crack, it happens. So you may ask me what is to do with the on the negative side. There are different products available called Radmix. It is also taking care of waterproofing and structural cracks. And Radcrete is the company which is developing this product in a single pack system. It is having a single manufacturing facility in the world in Australia. And this product, Radcon Formula 7, is a biochemically modified silicate solution which gives long-term waterproofing, and it penetrates and reacts with the concrete, the free calcium available and the water to form the calcium silicate gel. It reacts and fill the pores and cracks and the capillaries. The gel that created also ingress when there is a water in the system. Okay. Importantly, this seals the structural crack in the concrete even up to 2 millimeters. I know the structural consultants and the architects and the practicing engineers would have already faced these kind of problems. To address these issues, this kind of material is available in India to address these cracks. And this Radcon, the Radcrete manufacturer, has done a test in a artificial environment, creating a crack up to 10 millimeter and tested, and the cracks have been sealed. So though it is just tested for academic interest for 10 millimeter, for all practical reasons, they are giving warranty for up to 2 millimeter cracks. I'm going to play a small video how the product works, and let me talk just to go through the video, then maybe I will talk about that.
Hi Angie. So it should be really easy. You just take the one small bottle with the crushed concrete in it. It's got also 3% solution of calcium acetate. We've measured it correctly. The other one with no rocks, that's got Radcon in it. So just take the little syringe, get a full 1 milliliter of Redcon in. Yeah. And then just slowly apply. Just gonna bring it closer. You see? You can see the gel's forming nicely. There you go. And there is your instant gel forming Redcon reaction. All right. Good luck.
So what she did, she has taken the broken piece of concrete, put it in this jar for quickly understanding the process. She added the calcium silicate gel. Sorry, she has added she has added a chemical to see that this Radcon is reacting with the residual calcium. So this is what she has demonstrated, through which the pores are getting filled through the gel formation. So I'm going to show the next video how the application is taking place. So this chemical addition is required only for older construction, for example, 5-year, 10-year-old construction. If it is a fresh concrete, 28 days old, already cured and attained their strength, you don't need this kind of thing. Directly you can apply Radcon. I'm going to show you the following slide where it is going to talk about the application part.
Ó, ali, ó, isso.
So preparation of surface is very important before this application. And so what you see is it is applied on the concrete surface and easy to apply. Even a 50,000 square foot you can apply in a single day. You don't need a huge amount of manpower. Easy to apply. Another important thing is you can allow the traffic to move over this. There is no problem. And it reacts and become monolithic. That is why even after allowing the traffic, it will not peel off. You may ask about the bond. There is a good bond strength between this and the material. Once it is dried up, you cannot make out that even this product has been applied. Another importantly, when you have water storage construction, drinking water tanks, where if you are using chemical, that is harmful for the health. But this product is environment friendly and it is a food grade. There is no problem with the material and it heals the concrete. And another important thing is for a roof slab, there is no need of screed unless you need for draining the surface water. So otherwise there is no need of screed also. It can retain for years. There are enough material course this technical details available. You can go through the kind of website in the company called Radcrete. You can go through that. More details you can reach out offline. I can also support on this for your need. Next one is industrial floor. I know the industrial floor design is a big challenge these days. Unlike for regular RCC slab for roof construction, where you got proper design and support, but designing of industrial floor with minimum joint or no joint, what should be taken care when the subgrade is challenging, what kind of reinforcement to be used, what kind of fiber reinforcement that can be used, and how we can handle these industrial flooring construction in future. Because nowadays industrial floor where you are having most of the operation through manually, but in the developed countries these industrial flooring is happening through robotized machines. Even the forklifts are all programmed, all the artificial learning and all those things happening. People program it. Even the 10th floor, somebody has to pick the material in the storage bin. The robotized machine travel on the floors and then pick the material and come down. For example, some of the industrial floors, if you have a joints are the weak zones. If you are having these kind of automated machines traveling on the floor, if your joints are not properly designed and finished, there are tendency to joint gets damaged. So for all these things, there is a unique design developed very recently in collaboration with the IIT Madras by FMG Connect along with IIT Palakkad. This software has been very recently developed and it is available for use in the country, and recently launched by this by Professor Shah along with Professor Getu in IIT Madras, and this provides a complete solution on designing of industrial floors. And the design approach is based on the technical report 34/2013 and ICA technical book version 9 and IIT method for combination of all plain concrete, reinforcement concrete and fiber reinforced concrete. Invariably, guys, what I see is most of the industries, if you ask for MRF or Ashok Leyland and other things, you ask me what is that your floor design, whether it can take care of new construction, whether I can add some machineries there, whether I can add some crawler movement of vehicles, etc. We do not have adequate information to guide the manufacturing team that you can allow this kind of traffic over such kind of floors. To overcome all that, this kind of design approach and having the design record as a part of project report, that will be very useful for our next generation in effectively using such floors based on the utility in the coming years. So for that, this kind of software will be very useful. So as I mentioned last month, it has been launched, and I'll just quickly go through the YouTube, which talks about the features of this particular thing.
உனக்கு ஒரு பொண்ணை பெத்து ஒட்ட பழக்க தெரியல. உனக்கு என்ன ஒரு வேட்டி சட்டை மானகட்ட பயல, நீ எல்லாம் நாண்டிக்கிட்டு சாகலாம்.
So Mr. Ganesh Chaudhary is the contact person for this, and who is developed this. So far we have seen on the material side what are all the innovation happening, and design side we touched upon on the flooring side. What is innovation happening on the machinery side, on the concrete production process? You're all aware that we are familiar with this kind of concrete mixer machine, and this is even now it is existing, and handling with this equipment, doing about 200-300 bag of concrete in a day is the biggest achievement. That was my experience. I hope most of you agree with me. But the big transformation happened from this concrete mixer machine is the batching plant. So because of this innovation and the development happened in the country, we across the country, we could see the kind of metro projects, radial roads, infrastructure, other projects, even the building construction, bridges, all these things are happening on a fast track basis. And this is going to continue for sure. And if you look at what is that innovation happening on the concrete production in the recent years, is that the self-loading mixer. What is unique in the self-loading mixer? This self-loading mixer does the production, mixing, transportation, and delivering the concrete. The job of a batching plant mostly getting replaced by this small mobile equipment. Thanks to Swing Structure, done a lot of innovation on this and introduced this machine to the country, and it is popular, and still it is scope to enhance their utility in the construction in a big way. Why I say that? What is the specialty of this self-loading mixer? So this multi-function equipment completes the loading, mixing, transportation, and unloading. All that it is being done, and it rotates 255 degrees. And this new technology machine can pick the material from the site, aggregates and other stuff easily, and mix it the required thing in a mobile equipment at the job site itself. And you need not worry about the mobility. It has a 4-wheel drive feature, and even it can move over uneven surfaces, even tough sites, which is not motorable condition. Interestingly, it needs very less manpower because most of the activities are mechanized. It has very less maintenance. You know, the initial cost of setting up a batching plant, you need at least 3,000 square meter of land. And along with that, you need a factory permit, pollution clearance, you know, bunch of laborers, technical people for operating the plant. In a project plant, where in a project where your activities are going to complete in few months. And shifting a batching plant wherein the foundation and other infrastructure created has to be either write off or some of the mobile foundations where we can use it. But in case of self-loading mixers, all these things are beneficial. So it is easy to operate even in a narrow road, And in a city traffic condition, you're all aware, many projects where during the peak hours and limited hours of traffic, you may not get the ready mix concrete. If you have such kind of facilities in your project site itself, it is easy to do that. So let us quickly run through the video to see the benefit of this equipment. So it has several features to see that the mix is controlled. The batch slip you can get it, time of batching, water mixing, all that you will have. There are a lot of features in this. Next important thing on the building construction side is the 3D printing. So which is going to happen, and it is progressing on a fast track basis, and already a small house has been constructed in L&T 2-story building. This technology is also
With a
becoming
price
popular.
guide of 2.5 to 2.7 million for this 3-bedroom home, eventually.
With the price of houses skyrocketing out of control and putting a new home out of reach of most people,
sold at auction for $2,740,000.
companies have been trying to come up with cheaper solutions in the hope of overcoming the affordable housing crisis, such as small kit homes and shipping container homes. But one company by the name of SQ4D has designed an industrial-sized 3D printer to print a full-size house on location.
This is the
out of
3D
concrete.
construction.
The company can set up the 3D house printer at a build site in 6 to 8 hours and can print a 1900 square foot home in under 48 hours. The printer lays concrete layer by layer, creating the foundation and the interior and exterior walls of the house. The 3D printed house comes with 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms and an open floor plan. And because it is printed from concrete, its strength and durability exceeds that of conventional wood frame house constructions. Plus, the concrete that is used to print with is 2 to 3 times stronger than most brick and block homes. And the houses can be printed anywhere, on any block of land, even with elevations. There are many benefits to automating the construction of homes, including build speed and time on the job site. There is also added benefit of knowing exactly how much material is needed and extruding only that amount, radically reducing construction waste and lowering overall cost. So to give you an idea of savings, the 3D printed house is built at half the cost of conventional homes. And because it uses concrete and an autonomous 3D printing robot, this will help with issues such as lumber and labour shortages, like we are experiencing during the pandemic. When the house is finished, it has a ribbed look to it, just like most 3D printed objects. These ribs are the layers of concrete stacked on top of each other. Now you can choose to leave the ribbed look on the inside of your home and simply paint over it, or you can have traditional plaster walls installed over the top of the concrete. But on the outside of the house, you can leave it ribbed for a unique look, or cover them with paint, render or cladding. Robotics and automation have changed so many facets of life, just like robots in manufacturing that build the cars we drive or devices we use. A robot printing your home is just the next step in robotics automation. They may not lower the cost of land, but they will make the house quicker, stronger and cheaper to build.
So in India, in Chennai, IIT Madras already constructed a single-story building. L&T has constructed a 2-story building in their campus at Kanchipuram. The 2-story building construction completed in 4 days, for your information. And how to achieve low carbon and lean construction through the materials what we have discussed very recently, the alternate cementitious material like fly ash, GGBS, ultrafine GGBS and combination of all, using of recycled aggregate through C&D waste, artificial aggregate, going for fiber reinforcement, using lightweight blocks instead clay bricks, and On the design side, precast construction. So the precast construction is becoming popular and popular. To be honest with you, in Tamil Nadu, we are on the slow phase. If you say Andhra Pradesh and other states, it is fast track. For your information, last month L&T has completed one of their residential project in Mumbai, more than 10-story building. The foundation structure was in situ concrete, the superstructure all with the precast. They have completed in 42 days with all the facilities. It's all possible using the high grade concrete and high performance concrete. Okay, these are all done through the new software developed on most effective floor designs and 3D building construction. To support the design, support the material, machinery is also available. The innovative machines like self-loading mixers to do the production, mixing and transportation and placing of concrete. I know we were talking about construction of house in days, hours, etc. Now here is the construction happening in 10 minutes.
Foldable houses are pinnacle of architecture. You can assemble and disassemble these homes anywhere. Let's have a look at the best and most unique foldable houses. 10-fold structures. 10-fold, a UK-based company, has developed a modular, self-deploying structure. It can transform from a truck-sized block to a fully functioning building, and the process takes less than 10 minutes. Boxable casita. Boxable's foldable houses can be shipped without the need for a wide load. The company's first product is the 20 by 20 foot casita, which starts at $49,500. Brett House Innovative Movable Homes. Latvian housing startup Brett House offers foldable cabins that can be moved anytime. A hinge on the floor allows one side of the home to fold into the other, while another hinge along the top permits the entire roof to fold down. Blue Homes. Blue Homes' eco-friendly prefab houses are called the Evolution. The prefab homes by Blue Homes use half the energy that a typical home uses. Casper Scholl's Garden House. This garden shed has moving walls. Timber and glass walls slide along runners in the movable house.
So, this is end of my presentation. So here you have my contact email ID and the contact number. So thanks for everyone for patient listening, joining on a Sunday, taking your time out for this presentation. And thanks to AABN and team for giving this opportunity. Time for question and answers.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Excellent session. So now we'll keep the floor open for question answers. Participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. My name is Natarajan from Coromandel International Limited. So I would like to have a small question about the concreting construction in our fertilizer industry. There are some big challenges in our fertilizer industry, especially for the concreting. Is there any alternative methodology, like we are having sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid plant? All the foundations and other things are all several times attacks are there. So we are doing the peripheral works. What are all the remedies we can able to use it for this type of area for our construction industry in innovation, as well as any recommendation from your end? Thanks, sir.
So thanks, Natarajan. First thing is you need to closely associate with the structural consultant and try to use this fiber reinforcement wherever possible. And so that can ensure your corrosion problem is eliminated. And second thing is you need to think of high grade, high performance concrete so that the percolation problem is eliminated, through which the life of structures can be enhanced. I know some of the critical industries like highly corrosion industries where you cannot use the steel structures. And if you use the steel structure, the biggest problem is that steel structure get corroded, and one point of time replacing that steel structure, you need to stop the production. Machineries are already in place. So for all those kind of things, you need to go for high grade concrete. There are solutions available. There are alternate to reinforcement steel is available. So you note down my number in case you need more details. I am happy to provide that. Make use of that so that life of structures can be enhanced. I hope it answers your question.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Sir, my name is Vishwanath, 82 batch, chemical engineering. One of our alumni, Dr. Ganesan, is making FRP rebars, sir. And also FRP truss also to be used. He has built, his factory is located border of Pondicherry and Kadalur. Actually, it's in Pondicherry, Kottakuppam, just across. He has built a shed about 70 feet by 280 feet, entirely with FRP. Columns also FRP pipes he has used, filled it with concrete with the FRP rebar. And also he is truss everything, roof truss everything. He has gone with the FRP pultruded section. And surprisingly, he says the construction cost, he was able to bring it around 800 rupees only per square foot. He has managed also, he was saying.
Agree with him because it is innovation in construction, especially Pondicherry is a coastal segment. If you are avoiding the steel structure, even the durability of structure is also taken care. So this is where lot of innovative, see some of the glimpse of innovation only I shared. I have not covered the entire innovation in the construction because we have a time limit of 60-90 minutes. Okay, I shared something on the concrete side, on the design side and innovation side. There are many more is there. So it is an opportunity to connect with you and have an open discussion. What you said is right, Vishwanath. Yes, these are all happening in the industry. For sure.
I will ask Dr. Ganesan to be in touch with you, sir. Because
yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, this is Vela item, 94 civil. We have been facing this water retaining structure leakage all the time with conventional concrete. Has there been any new technology developed for water retaining structure where this can be leak proof longer period of time, sir?
Yes, please. In fact, the product which I have demonstrated is extensively used for water retaining structures. And before I handle your question, is it below ground level or above ground level?
Above ground level, sir.
Above ground level, if it is concrete structures, okay, if there is leakages and waterproofing issues, that can be addressed through the RADCON, which can seal the cracks, even the structural cracks and the leakage seepages permanently. And unlike,
Sorry, sir.
just a minute, unlike other products where it stays for a couple of monsoons, since this material is reacting with the concrete, residual calcium, and it stays forever till the lifetime of the structures. If it is a new construction, there is a different process. If it is a old construction, there is a different process. There is a separate SOP for that. And if it is a horizontal member, process is different from a vertical member. For all those things, I have a project process is available, solution is available. It can stay till the lifetime of the structure. You can note down my number. You can reach offline because many people are there. They will ask some questions. I need to handle them. I can connect you separately and explain in detail.
Sure, sir. Thank you. I'll contact you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. You have my number right now, Velayudham?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir, I will share, sir.
I will take it from Gopi, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, my question was to basically to complete replacement of the concrete itself. Concrete inherently has this problem. It can never be homogeneous to an extent where the leakage can ever be arrested. I'm just looking at an option where the concrete can be replaced for the water retaining structure.
No, as long my suggestion, Velayudham, as long there is no honeycomb or there is only some cracks, there is only a porosity issue that can be addressed. So it all depends. I need to understand the what do you call structural drawing and how old the construction and what kind of storage, etc. Then we can give a solution.
I'll discuss with you, sir, offline. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions.
Sir, good afternoon. My name is Jeffrey. I have a question about this FRP reinforcements. When we're using this FRP reinforcements, like if there is a fire happening in the building, so will it affect the integrity or this, our standards, IS codes? Do they permit us to use it for all areas?
Yeah, Jeffrey, as I already mentioned in my presentation, the fire resistance is the only gap in case of FRP reinforcement. But the current kind of practices and grade of concrete available these days, high grade concrete, etc. If you see that FRP reinforcement cannot be exposed to the fire because it has to pass through the kind of a concrete and then reach out. So it takes time. So if you to start with, we need to use for structures where it is not exposed to fire, or for example, as I mentioned about the flooring, retaining walls, there are many other structures where it is not going to subject to fire at all. We need to start with that. And if you have a good kind of concrete covering such kind of reinforcement, definitely the fire resistance can be improved for sure.
Yes, sir. Also, the IS codes do permit us to use it in our buildings.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, right now, Jeffrey, there is a international standard for using this fiber reinforcement. Indian codes yet to be worked upon. In fact, I am also working along with the team in getting this regularized or formulated in our code, it takes some time, but the product is available.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Incidentally, Jeffrey is from a fertilizer industry, sir.
Oh, fertilizer industry. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
he's from Coromandel.
Yeah, because Gopi, as he was rightly pointing out, for them the biggest challenge is the corrosion, fire resistance. I know some of the chemical industries, they have this big challenge, and their production, if they stop for an hour, it is few lakhs, few crores. They cannot stop it. So the civil engineers and chemical engineers are equally put into, tough situation by the management. You can't stop it. You give me a solution. That is the need of the hour.
Yes, sir, you are right. This is Natarajan again. They are asking immediately put concrete. We have to run the production. So what is the setting time and all they will ask. So we have to think a lot of forum on this issue so that the production should not get affected. This is what the big challenge what we are facing, especially for the concrete.
Natarajan, I agree with you. For your corrosion issues, I will give a solution offline. Even after addressing the reinforcement corrosion, we can also find a way of covering with the micro concrete is there. We will connect offline because it's a big subject. We need to talk in length. It doesn't complete in just limited hours. I can share my experience. I can share my experience. Yeah.
Mr. Rajendra Babu, please. Rajendra Babu, please go on.
Sir, we have an issue with underground seepage, sir. Water is seeping from nearby water bodies, and it is seeping in the floor up to 3 to 4 feet. What do we do to keep it, sir?
Okay, Rajendra Babu, the solution is for negative waterproofing. There are products available based on the design. There is an SOP available. Even I have a product sample is also available. If it is bigger area, we can take it on a turnkey basis also. So wherein this negative pressure, water table getting raised, and it is getting inside the factory or inside the house or a commercial building, that can be addressed. Only thing is, this product again has to be applied on a concrete surface. If you have a kind of plastering or tiles or any other finishes, that need to be scrapped before this application so that this can be addressed. I have an SOP, I have a solution. We can work together on that, no problem. So Gopi is sharing the contact details to all of you. Note down. And Rajendra, definitely we can talk offline in detail and we can give a solution. Which industry it is, Rajendra, by the way?
It's a residential place.
Yeah, it can be done. It's not a problem. If it is below ground, definitely it should be surrounded by a RCC wall. In that case, yes, definitely there is a solution.
Participants, you may please unmute and ask your questions.
By the way, all these products and details which I have been talking about, it is not that I'm just reading books. It has been practically used by me. Whether it is a micro concrete, whether it is a negative waterproofing or a positive waterproofing. And it is not that it is just R&D done yesterday. It is there for many years in rest of the world for the past 35 years. It is being extensively used in 75 countries. If those products are not performing, those products cannot he is staying in the industry.
Sir, I have another question. This is Velayudham again. When we are replacing the steel reinforcement with the fiber glass reinforcement, in terms of volume, how does it replace? Like, for example, if it is steel reinforcement 1 ton we are using and the fiber reinforcement is about 1 ton, how is that?
It is
Or
much,
lesser?
yeah, it is much less Velayudham because the
And
tensile
in terms of tensile strength, sir?
it is very high.
Very high. Okay.
Very high. So where you have got a dense reinforcement, where you have a problem of self-compacting concrete, or you have a challenge of addressing all that, that can be done by this effort.
In fact, we have a problem when we are doing a seismic resistance structure, where you column and the beam junction, the reinforcement becomes very congested, where the concrete doesn't, even if you use a less size of aggregate, still it is very difficult to get the monolithic or homogeneous concrete into the junction. So at these places where this can be replaced, where partially this fiber reinforcement can be replaced in this kind of situation, sir?
My advice is partial reinforcement. The challenge will be for the structural designers, how they will take it. See, problem is either they take the steel reinforcement and consider their specification and the tensile values, and doing vice versa. So better to do with one single product. I can connect you with the people for solution for all these things. We can use fiber reinforcement, self-compacting concrete, high-grade concrete. With all that, you will find a solution.
Why I specifically asked this question is that there's a flexibility, because you have fiber reinforcement concrete maybe highly flexible in terms of using that in the very difficult juncture where the column reinforcement comes in. And I was thinking, as you rightly said, we can use the steel reinforcement tensile strength and replace this with only the material replacement can take place at this junctures. Where I was just wondering that this could help.
See, I will tell you, Velayudham, this will help, especially some of the critical structures. See, you cannot, after the structure is built, you cannot remove the machines. You cannot stop the machine.
True.
Production is critical. It is 24/7. If you stop it, again, it takes for days, depending on your process situation. So I know civil engineers, mechanical engineers, even the chemical engineers facing this problem. So for all those things, these kind of innovative material give you the right solution, and that need to be done even at the design stage. That is the only
thing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Sir, one more question. Sir, you said about reusing this demolition waste and recycling it, but when we are using it as a replacement for aggregate or for the filler or not, how will it affect the strength, or is it can be a one-to-one replacement, or what is the science behind like how we can incorporate it into the construction? So is there any guideline book or standard codes for us to read and
yeah, your current IS code for concrete itself clarifies that you can use 25% of this aggregate for up to M25 grade of concrete. You can use it. For higher grade concrete also you can use it, provided you do a proper mix design, proper trials, get it witnessed, because you need to ensure that whatever the stickiness and behavior, water cement ratio and proper admixture, which play a very vital role in the ultimate strength of concrete. So for that, a lab trial is a must. But however, code is already providing 25% replacement. There is a permit to use this kind of material. So this can also minimize your cost, and also you can probably say you are part of greenhouse concept. You are part of environment, trying to recycle and use the material. I hope I am clarifying your question, Jeff.
Thank you.
Sir, one more question. Velayudham here again. I'm sorry.
Most welcome. Welcome.
Sir, this partial replacement of cement, we are facing a major problem in shrinkage during this initial setting time and to be till 28 days. This partial replacement using GGBS, the microsilicas and the fly ash, does this solve this problem? We're still facing this issue, right?
I will tell you my experience, Velayudham.
Yeah.
The GGBS behave differently in the monsoon, like winter it differently behaves, summer it differently behaves.
Okay.
Because GGBS is not reactive so much in winter.
Okay.
Okay. In summer it is more reactive.
Okay.
So if you are using the same mix design in winter, it will be much better in summer. And vice versa. If you have designed the mix in the summer, if you adopt same thing in the winter, you will have a setting issues and strength issues.
Okay. 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 Thank you, sir.
For your information, Velayudham, I have done triple blending also. Cement, fly ash, and GGBS also.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All combinations.
Shrinkage is causing a lot of trouble in many concreting situations. Despite of you doing a lot of curing and you have this wet cloths all around, still you face a shrinkage. This is inherent problem which I'm continuously facing. Even when, of course, obviously you are going for a higher grade concrete, the shrinkage is more. Your rapid curing, rapid reactions. I haven't seen any solution emerging meeting out this this problem.
I will suggest you what you should do.
Yeah.
First
Okay,
of all, if it is a shrinkage crack happening in a multi-story building in a top floor, the first thing is it is because of quick drying.
Yeah.
Because of quick drying, what happens? The shrinkage crack happens.
Correct.
If you are going to do excess vibration, the fine powder material comes to the surface. Then you have a problem. So, thing is, early curing is one option. Refinishing is another option. Third one is in high-rise building, 10th-story building, 11th-story building like that, the wind velocity will be high. You just imagine, I have enough record with me proving that wind is causing such problems.
Okay.
The surface get dried up quickly, you have this problem. To overcome that, the mechanical float we use for a vacuum dewatering system of concreting.
Yes.
If you use that, Velayudham, that problem can be addressed.
Okay.
I've already done that.
Yeah, that's possible, sir. In industrial flooring at a ground level or low level, it is quite possible. But when it comes to high-rise buildings, it's a bit difficult to get those equipment up and get this vacuum dewatering done quickly.
No, one thing, Velayudham, one is difficult, another one is not possible. Okay. In the World Trade Center project in OMR, next to Apollo Hospital, where I have supplied concrete for the entire project.
Okay.
Okay. As we go to the upper floors, you can see the east coast of sea from the building. The problem is the wind velocity has a quick drying. That problem I have addressed using this power flow. You don't need the complete setup of vacuum dewatering. VDC need not be required completely. You do a normal concrete and finish the top surface with the power float. That's all.
Okay.
So by doing that, you will overcome that.
Are there any admixtures available for substituting vacuum dewatering?
See, vacuum dewatering and admixture is a two different topic.
No, I mean fundamentally to avoid the shrinkage. See, vacuum dewatering is being done to cure fast and remove the extra water. Thereby you reduce the shrinkage. But if you have any admixtures which can be added to the concrete, which could take care of the shrinkage during the curing process.
Yeah. So my suggestion would be admixture can be used for reducing the water cement ratio, number one. Number two, to overcome the shrinkage, ensure that powder material, cement, fly ash, GGBS combination, you need to have a proper design control through which it can be done. Third step, if you are using self-compacting concrete, then you are avoiding the excess vibration, etc., through which the shrinkage can be eliminated. And the last thing is, because of your surface dryness, if it is getting top surface getting quick drying, you can either you could do a watering or putting gunning cloths, or alternatively you can use the power flow.
Thank you, sir. Thanks once again.
Yeah, these are all methods I have used depending upon the structures.
Absolutely. I agree with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. Gopi, these are all the practical problems engineers are facing.
Yeah, Sanjay, please go on, Sanjay.
Yes, sir. This is regarding that 2D printer houses which you showed made by L&T, that 2-storied in, I think, 4 days or so.
Correct.
So, is it going to get popular in India soon, or is it because of the construction cost or the regular maintenance or the remodification work possibilities in a printed house? I mean, what are your ideas on this?
Yeah, Sanjay. I can tell you 3D printing will become more popular by 2035. Okay. Already the machines are designed, materials are designed, pilot construction has been done, people have experienced the speed. Okay. Only thing is the cost will come down when the volume goes up. This is what exactly happened even in the ready-mix industry. Okay. So 3D houses, if you can construct in very short notice, the kind of COVID situation or other things, we can overcome very quickly. Having a shelter in a limited period of time and overcome. So in a innovation construction and low carbon and lean construction, 3D printing using cementitious material, alternate materials, recycled material, and going for innovative machines. These are all the solutions which is going to help. And especially 3D printing may not become so popular in major metros because the space is very expensive. They wanted to use for utilizing the floor space index in a much better way. 3D printing right now getting popular in couple of stories only. But there are 3D printing also used for windmill, the mast also in other countries. So it is too early for India, but it is going to happen for sure, Sanjay. Sanjay, is it clear? Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, participants, any further questions? You may please unmute and ask.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Yuvarajan from 89 Chemical Batch.
Yes, Yuvarajan.
It's very pleasant to have a detailed seminar, though I'm in the chemical field. Your latest technological construction and advancement in the civil industry has fetched me a lot of information. First of all, I should thank you a lot.
My pleasure.
Your presentation and your face appears to be seeing very pleasant. I am very much pleasure in talking to you with this seminar. Thanks a lot. And one more thing, because we are in the other field, in the civil industry, many of this is a generalized question, many of the people doesn't know how to choose a good architect and the civil engineer or combined together. In the recent trend, many people chose for constructing a house in my part, they choose only the civil engineers. And the architecture is also one of the major part in the house construction or whatever the thing. I need your valuable suggestion how to integrate this civilian architecture as well as the civil engineering personality to choose for a project, home projects. Please guide me how to.
Yeah. See, architecture plays a very, very vital role, Yuvarajan,
yes,
in the civil engineering industry. So they are the backbone and they do the basic designs. When I say basic designs in terms of proper lighting, proper ventilation, utilizing the floor space, utilizing the convenience, facilities, orienting the building, all that. What happens generally if someone build a house of his own, next house he feels I am a civil engineer. That is the biggest problem. Okay. That is the biggest problem. And second thing, anybody can make few lines and say this is my house. But the thing is, they do not know the benefit of engaging an architect through which they are going to get a cost effective and much aesthetically improved structure which can be admired by the society. So yes, there is a lacking, and there is a lacking of even civil engineers in many of the colleges. Many colleges, civil engineering branch itself is getting closed, which is a pity part. As part of Indian Concrete Institute, we are working together with the government also. I am part of the Department of Technical Education, wherein they are enhancing the skill of civil engineers. When I say civil engineers, faculties, young engineers, I mean the students who are going to complete, plus practicing engineers. We are trying to help and integrate how this can be done together. Through which wherever I need support, I am taking help from structural engineers, architects, concrete technologies. Even very recently, I had an interaction with the Institute of Concrete Technology UK president who came to India, Chennai. We have developed a program on similar need, especially for skill development. So this is one initiative which we are doing. Another initiative is for the owners. Through cement companies, we are also educating need of using the good material and other things, where architects also play a vital role in integrating with their presentation programs, and also the workshop that they are conducting even in second tier and third tier cities, through which we can emphasize need of a architect and a structural consultant for a durable construction. Okay, I agree with you. This is how it can be done.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. When I need any assistance in construction planning to have a house construction, I will definitely coordinate with you. I need your valuable suggestion and guidance.
For sure. And today everyone aware, you must be seen in the news, one of the major multi-story building getting demolished because of violation in Noida.
Yeah.
Okay. This is because of planning gap. You don't know the rule. You just construct it. And, even to clear the debris, it is going to take a couple of months. See the amount spent on that. People are violating the rules and then constructing it. That is a lack of
awareness.
Discipline. Exactly. Coincidentally, it is happening today. Yeah. I hope I clarified to you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So good afternoon. I'm Abdul Kader, 87 batch. I am also into waterproofing. Okay. You have shown me. Hello.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Go on, Kader. Go on, Kader.
You have shown me a product called Redcrete.
Yes.
And that is being treated for structural cracks.
Correct.
I saw the video. It is being not done from the positive side. Am I right?
Correct.
If it is to be done from the negative side, can that be done?
I told you there is another product called Rad Mix.
Okay.
So that is meant for negative waterproofing. Radcon is for the positive side.
Okay. How is that to be applied? It's by spraying or should be applied by?
Radcon is coming in a liquid form right now.
Okay.
It is only spray application.
Mm-hmm.
And in case of Rad Mix, it is coming in the powder form. You should make it as a slurry. There is an SOP. Okay. And it again can be applied with the brush.
Okay.
And already that product R&D work is in advanced stage to do similar to Radcon spray application. The product testing is going on right now.
So is this material available in India?
Yeah, it's available with me.
Oh, it's with you. Okay. Do you have any other product like admix or this? Because I'm using a product called Penetron, where they have admix, slurry coating material, and this mortar and all. Do you have such kind of materials or different types of application materials you have in the Ratcrete also? Or?
Yeah, Ratcrete has got other products. Right now, focus is only on positive side and negative side waterproofing.
Okay.
Since I am in this industry for years, Ratcrete managing director from Australia engaged me to handle this project and technical advice for this thing in India.
Okay, okay.
Material is available with me. We can talk offline and then we can collaborate. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Anyone else has a question?
We must appreciate, Gopi, the kind of efforts by these members participating on a Sunday and attending these kind of programs. Definitely, definitely, it will be a kind of a learnings for them for sure. Some of them may be already aware of some of the things which are already presented, and I hope it will be an eye opener for many people. I'm sure.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for having taken time off on a Sunday morning to be with us. Yeah. And we look forward to your support.
Yeah.
So we have shared your number. So please do support and guide our people.
Yeah.
We will catch up very soon, sir.
Yeah. Some of the programs we'll try to do physical mode, Gopi, as we said, so that you know, we can have a more interaction. Yeah. And I can share my experience not only on construction, on waterproofing, on C&D and precast and several other things. In fact, for your information, Back Concrete has been introduced by me from Chennai for the world. It is first of its kind in the world.
Okay.
So when I say Back Concrete is coming in the wet form. Yeah. And I should again thank Haripriya for getting connected with the AABN for making this program to happen. So I think it's a good interaction, collaboration with all the members, and good interesting questions by the engineers from civil and chemical side also. I appreciate that. And thanks for the opportunity given to me to address this team.